Do y'all ever wonder what an amazing perk looks like? Have you ever sought a perk that works outside of what it's meant for and completely defies the rules of what it means to be a perk? The holy grail of perks, one might say. Well, you ain't gonna find it here, but I'll get you pretty darn close. What is up, sugar buggas? Welcome back to another video in the What That Perk Do series, where I tell you what certain perks can do, what other perks synergize well with them, and I give you some builds to try out with that perk. Today's perk, because we're going in alphabetical order, is Any Means Necessary. Any Means Necessary is my girl Yui's perk that allows you to see the auras of drop pallets, and it gives you the ability to pick those pallets right on back up so they can be utilized later on in the game. This is my absolute go-to perk because if you have a challenge that requires you to drop a certain amount of pallets in chase, you can usually just cheese those pallets out with this perk and then pick them back up after you've completed the challenge. So boom, you haven't wasted any pallets and you haven't ruined the rest of the game for the other people that are playing by throwing down god pallets like the one in Shack. We all know who you are. It also allows you to be really altruistic and help your fellow people out because as they drop pallets, you can just go right behind them and pick them back up. Plus, you get points for picking pallets up, which if you have an AFK killer, you can get a lot of points still in your match just by dropping a pallet and repeatedly picking it back up. So in the end, you're still getting a good amount of blood points even if the other side isn't playing. Any Means Necessary can be super useful in so many ways. If you're playing against a Legion, for example, you can actually juke the killer because they cannot vault any pallets that you are attempting to lift, causing them to have to go around or end their frenzy and get you then. If you really want to play the mean game and ruin a killer's day, you could actually utilize this perk with a map offering that takes you to a place like Shattered Square or the Gideon Meatpacking Plant, which can have an insane amount of pallet spawns. We're talking 36 total on the Shattered Square alone that can spawn. I wouldn't recommend that though, because that's truly just mean, man. Like, just wow, that's so mean. You know who you are, you little toxic monsters. Any Means Necessary can be utilized with a ton of really fun perks. I like to pair it with Kate's perk, Windows of Opportunity, which is another fantastic perk that allows you to see the auras of windows and pallets so you know where you're going in chase. Combine these two together and you've got a really solid grasp of where you should be taking a chase in the map and what's going on during the game. To make those two into a really fun build that's useful, you can add in Open-Handed, an ace perk that increases any aura reading abilities by up to 16 meters. This is going to work well with Windows of Opportunity. It's going to allow you to see even further, potentially being able to see the entire map on some maps depending on the size. Add in Life, a Fungmin perk that's going to let you get a speed burst for vaulting windows or pallet. You could also replace Life with Smash Hit, a Yunjin perk that gives you a speed boost after stunning a killer with a pallet. Another perk that you can use that works really efficiently with Any Means Necessary is Chemical Trap, one that I didn't even know could work with this perk. It is an Ellen Ripley perk that allows you to place traps on drop pallets. When that pallet is broken, the killer gets hit with the spray and has slowed down movements for a little bit. You can place traps on pallets and then lift them up with Any Means Necessary. The trap stays on there for later use. So you could potentially set up a ton of traps anywhere on this map, like just all over, and then just throw them down. It's great. This works amazing if you have a killer that keeps breaking your pallets that you're trying to pick up. Because like, hello, rude. It will make them think twice about breaking these pallets because they'll get hit with a slowdown. This will lead to even more potential use later in the game because you just pick them back up. Another technique to get these killers to stop breaking pallets is to stun them and then quickly vault the pallet towards them. This entices them to chase you instead of the pallet because we all know killers have goldfish brains. They see you, and they are gonna go for only you. Like, I've had so many killers walk straight on past me while I'm on a gen because they're chasing somebody else when I am right there, easy hit. So this actually works. So this would be about the time that you would add in Life or Smash Hit to get that extra speed boost. Let's say you're feeling a little spicy. You don't really have Open-Handed because like, hello, you can already see everything with Windows of Opportunity. You don't need it. Well, you can replace Open-Handed with Vigil, a Quentin perk that allows you to recover from exhausted faster if you really wanted to rely more on yourself in chase so that you can recoup Life or Smash Hit, and then just rinse and repeat the stunning of killers. To add on, you can also bring in a flashlight to further stun that killer after whacking them with the pallet. So a build consisting of Any Means Necessary, Vigil, Chemical Trap, and Smash Hit, then add on an equipped flashlight can really ruin a killer's day. All in all, Any Means Necessary could potentially be the holy grail of perks. It works as a challenge completer that is efficient, doesn't ruin the game for everybody else that's playing. It allows you to stun killers repeatedly and then pick the pallet up to do it all over again. It allows you to see where a chase is happening on the map if you pay attention to the auras that are appearing and or disappearing. It is my go-to perk most of the time because I love it so much. It's so useful, and if y'all haven't tried it, you really need to because you're missing out, man. So go on out there and try it out. Let me know if you like Any Means Necessary or if you like to run a different perk. And if so, what's that perk? Let me know. I'm interested. What kind of builds do you guys put Any Means Necessary into? Feel free to leave a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this video series. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye!